Hi everybody. I am very excited today because as you can see from my screen, Palantir is skyrocketing, and I can say we expected it. Not so much. I would like to be completely honest with you because I was really optimistic regarding AI last week when we did the last webinar. And of course, you can retrieve it if you lost it, and you can go on our YouTube channel and you can have a look to the previous video, Understanding AI for Stock Market Profit. And what we said in this video is something very simple. Who will benefit from AI in the future will be the companies that buy artificial intelligence from another company and use the artificial intelligence in order to provide a service to someone else. Okay, and we said that artificial intelligence today is like electricity was 100 years ago. Okay, and Palantir is exactly this kind of company because they buy the computational power, okay, outside, and they use it in order to provide services to big companies and of course government. Okay, if we go here to the forecaster terminal, we can find, for example, um, thanks to the forecaster agent, we can find the clients of Palantir. And as you can see, we find the US government agencies, we can find IBM, we can find a lot of big companies. Okay, but what is important to understand is that Palantir has have a huge potential for the future because this is exactly the company we have to look for in the next years. If you lost this video, please go and retrieve it because it explains you exactly how we see artificial intelligence from now and in the future. And this is something really interesting, but I mean, the results of Palantir are really nice. If we go here and we go to the fundamental page, as you can see in the annual and also the quarterly result, we can see this is a company that is really growing. Okay. And if we click to what's happening, we can find all the details regarding this huge upside movement Palantir is experiencing. Okay, and you have, of course, everything inside the forecaster, but we add both earnings and guidance positive. Very simple. The revenue growing by 36% year over year, and we had a robust guidance for the fiscal 25, the 2025 year. Okay, it's amazing how we can already see the results of artificial intelligence applied to the real world. And Palantir is the best example we have today on the market. Okay? As we said last week, the fact that new artificial intelligence are coming, and last week we had the DeepSeek um, arrival on the market, make me very happy because this kind of company like Palantir is the kind of company that will increase their margin thanks to the lowering prices of artificial intelligence. Okay, so if we go here to the ranking page, we can go to the S&P 500, and at the moment the Palantir company is here, is in the 33 position of the S&P 500. I really think that this company can reach the top of this list, and I really would like to wait, and I really think Palantir can be valued at least 1 trillion US dollar. Okay. And I really think in 2-3 years, this company can reach the top of this list and worth at least 1 trillion. Okay. So we have a lot of space on the upside, but I really think this is something can really happen. Okay. If we go here and we activate the AI agent again, we can find something interesting, because we can find that in the supplier page here, the main supplier, we can find Amazon, but we also can find Nvidia. And this is why, of course, this is not the only point, but I really think that Nvidia will also skyrocket in the future. And it's a very good news, because at the moment, Nvidia is experiencing a drop, as you can see here. Okay, so we will talk about Nvidia. Of course, we talked about Nvidia also in the previous video, and you know how positive I am on this company, but we will talk better later. Let's go back to Palantir, because if we go to the fundamentals, of course, we can see a company which is growing year by year. Both sales and net income grew from compared to the previous year. We have a company which has a very high Alt1 Z score, which is something tell us the company is really solid. And it's a company that, even if they released the number of share outstanding increased in the last year, they really were able to have a growing efficiency, which is something really interesting. What we have to be careful is this, because if we stay on the, let's say, yearly results, we can find also positive results on profit margin and ROI. Even the debt are very low, with a debt equity of 0.05. Debt are under control at all, no problem. We have to be careful a little bit, because if we move to quarterly results, here we can find something a little bit. We have to be careful, because look, the last quarter we had 9.73% in profit margin with a 1.58 ROI, and we are coming from the previous quarter where we had 25% and 3% of ROI. Okay, so as you can see, we had a decrease in these numbers, which is something that comes because of two factors. Look, if we go here, as you can see, the cost of revenue is growing a lot, and also the research and development is growing fast. Okay, this is something, in my opinion, at this stage for this company, something positive, because they are really investing a lot. As for example, I showed you before, but you couldn't listen to me. every day I watch videos on YouTube, and every kind of news I can find on the web. I read it. And for example, I was looking at this video a few weeks ago, which is this video is coming from Davos, which is the World Economic Forum event, which take place in Davos, which is a little town in the Swiss Alps. And as you can see, there were these two journalists trying to interview the BlackRock CEO. And while he was walking in the street, I saw this. Look, Palantir had a booth in the middle of the town to allow all the powerful people that goes to to Davos every year to see what they do, to present their services. Okay, and this is something amazing. Of course, it costs a lot of money because these kind of things cost a lot, but this is why they can get in touch with real powerful people all across the globe, and this is why they can work, for example, with the US government agencies. Okay, and this is something really interesting. And of course, they are doing a great job with the biggest company on the planet. They are doing a very interesting job with many people across the globe. Okay, and this is something really amazing. You can go and have a look, and you can see really how big is this place in Davos. And I'm really happy to see they are spending a lot of money, both in marketing than in research and development. I'm really happy about that. Okay, we have to be careful, as I told you, to results. I think the next earnings release will be very positive. This is why I'm not gonna sell the stocks today, because I really think they can go up again. Of course, we will experiencing volatility on these stocks, okay? Because as I told you, the results are good at the moment, probably thanks to the lowering cost of artificial intelligence. The margins will grow, especially in the next two earnings released. But of course, we will experiencing lot of volatility because, as you probably know, if stocks grow so much, of course we can also have very quick and very strong drawdown. Okay, as I told you, I can't wait to see Palantir at the top of the S&P 500, and I really think this kind of company is exactly the kind of company we will find at the top of this list in 5-10 years. Okay, what do you think about it? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm right? Let me know your thoughts. So, as we said, one of the main supplier of Palantir is Nvidia. And if I love Palantir, I love more Nvidia, because I really think it's a great company. The difference between Palantir and Nvidia today is that Nvidia is experiencing a downtrend, and of course Palantir is at the all-time high. And this is an opportunity, guys, because if we go again here on the fundamental page, Of course, at the moment, we have the average fair value at 87. It means if we use all these method in order to analyze the company, we find that the company is a little bit overvalued. But if, as I always do with Nvidia, we switch off the economic value added, which is the method that give us a result of 47, that in my opinion is not correct because it's too low for a company like Nvidia, we find a company which is overvalued only by 10%. And this is exactly the perfect situation for a company to skyrocket. Okay? Because if we go here, for example, and we ask to the artificial intelligence to give us a rating, buy or sell, as you can see, we can find a really solid 9 on 10 for the next 5 years with an average target of $200. But what is really interesting regarding Nvidia, in my opinion, if we click on go deeper with the artificial intelligence, look, and we go here in this section, the moat analysis, we can find that Nvidia has a competitive advantage rating of 8 out of 10, which is very high. I really love this section, the moat analysis, because this is something the artificial intelligence invented by yourself, because we gave to the artificial intelligence all the material you can find online regarding Warren Buffett. And the moat analysis is something that Warren Buffett do exactly in this way, and the artificial intelligence can do it for every company in the planet at the fingertips. And this is something really amazing. Okay. So at the moment, as you can see, if we go to the overview page and we plot both the price and the net income line, as you can see, the prices are lower than the net income line. And if you follow my webinar since a while, you know that the stocks are creating an opportunity, a long opportunity, because the, let's say, balance point is this one. And while the company is falling down, it's creating an opportunity, because sooner or later the stock prices has to go back to the balance point, or of course even higher. Okay, so I think that if Palantir is one of the company that really can benefit a lot from artificial intelligence, Nvidia is over, is stay above this kind of company, because of course, as we can see here in the supplier clients list for Palantir, Nvidia is a supplier of Palantir, because probably Palantir is buying computational power from Nvidia. Okay, and I really think this kind of service, the renting of computational power, will grow a lot in the future for every company, guys. As I told you, we were the first to put artificial intelligence inside a financial software, which is, of course, the Forecaster. And I was very happy to see, for example, a few days ago, OpenAI releasing a new model which is more powerful and cheaper. Probably if you use the forecaster, you noticed that the responses from the artificial intelligence are much better since 3 days because OpenAI gave us a new model which is more powerful and it's cheaper. How at forecaster we are very happy because we are giving you a more powerful tool, but we are spending less money. Can you imagine this kind of news for all the company all across the globe that are starting to use the artificial intelligence? Is something amazing, okay? And of course, the computational power that comes from Nvidia, of course, we are going to use it more and more and more. With no fear, I really think that Nvidia right now is creating again a real nice opportunity for a long. If we go to the overbought, oversold, I can show you something interesting because look, here we have, as you know, we talk when we try to invest in a company, we always analyze the fundamental parts, and then we also analyze the statistical mathematical part, and we try to merge the analysis. And look, here we have a very nice situation because Nvidia at the moment experienced a drop, which is something really nice in my opinion. The chart is green at the moment, and thanks to our advanced DPO, we know that when the chart is green, it means we reached a low point, statistically speaking, on the chart, okay? We had also a spike in volume, which is always a positive sign. It means a lot of buying pressure came during the drop. But what's most important is that all this drop came with an increasing number of buyers. Okay? It means that people are buying, investors are buying. And this is why I'm really bullish both on Palantir and Nvidia. I'm really bullish on Palantir and Nvidia. Of course, on Palantir, I'm more excited because it's plus 25 today. If we talk to we would like to talk about Nvidia, today is plus 2.75, but I think as it happened all the previous time the chart became green, and it was here, it was here. We also bought Palantir here, if you remember from the previous video, because it was on a support, very important one, especially this one, because the prices became red, and when they become red, it means they reached a very high point. And as technical analysis teach us, if a resistance is broken, like in this case, then it become a support, and this is why we bought it, and we made all-time high. At the moment, we are buying Nvidia shares because we are looking for a new all-time high very soon. Okay, so this at the moment, the opportunity we are investing in, and I'm really happy to share all this opportunity with you. Okay. Last week in the webinar, I told you that Palantir was not the only company that probably will gain a lot of money thanks to the artificial intelligence. And here you can find all the other ones all the other companies I choose for the 2025. And here we are. We are talking about ServiceNow, Qualys, Duolingo, which today is doing great, Cloudflare, and Axelis. Talking about Cloudflare, it's a very interesting company, but also the other one are really nice because all these company are using artificial intelligence in order to provide services, okay? And these are all companies you can analyze with a forecaster, of course, and you can buy if you like, okay? And that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry if at the beginning of the webinar I was muted. I don't understand why. Probably it was a problem from the software because everything was perfect for me. See you next week at the webinar. And that's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.